Hi, everybody. Welcome to the last half of the Social Cafe, our first time on this particular format where we're doing them. What do you call this, Gail? We're not simultaneous, and we're having the chat first and now the Hangout. So for those of you who have been around Social Cafe for a while, same old Social Cafe Hangout, we're chatting about what we discussed in the Twitter chat. Welcome, Gail. Welcome, Michael.
Hi.
I probably could hear you better if I actually put the headphones on. Hey, Michael, since you're newer, but you've been on another Social Cafe Hangout, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Michael Todd. I'm in Tokyo, and I am the editor of the WebTools Wiki, and I help a lot of different people about social media strategy. So I'm very interested in the topic tonight. So I've been following the Twitter chat. So thank you very much for everyone's input in there, especially Con. Is it Con? Yeah, who's
Yes.
been sharing his knowledge with us in the chat, so thank you very much. I'm looking forward to learn more. Yeah.
Excellent. And Gail, lovely to have you as always. And thank you, Michael. Hey, Gail, do you want to give us an overview of what's been going on in the chat?
An overview. There you go. So we were talking about whether we have a process or templates that we use to train our clients to use social media. And so that's what Con was asking us.
And what do you think? Is it a process, or do you think it's... What do you guys think about that?
Well, yeah, you need a process. Go ahead, Michael.
I think the process is essential. You have your basic process, and then anything you can get done after that is a bonus. I think if you come from that point of view, it's good. You just have your basic things that you would do every day, and make sure you get them done. And if you can do more, then it's going to help you more. But at least get that basic stuff done, and you keep your online presence, just keep it up there. Because if you don't, then people are going to visit your sites and see that you've been inactive and think that you're gone. So it's a double-edged sword having all these social media sites, and I think a lot of people don't appreciate this enough, is that they have these sites like a Facebook page or a Twitter account, and they don't post out of them for a week or something, and they don't realize that people actually visit them sometimes, and that's kind of it's their new business card in 2015. Your social media, your Twitter account, and your Facebook page, for example, and your LinkedIn profile, they're your new business card, and people are going and visiting them and looking at them all the time. So they need to be kept updated at least once a day. I think it's sort of be a daily thing to keep your account looking good.
Definitely. That's an area you're inspiring me, Michael, because I can get really, I know we've only known each other for a short period of time, but I think you get it, that I can almost be too process heavy. So it's like I'm defining the process, and eventually you have to actually go out and do it.
I'm very big on the daily, like being daily. Even if it's only something, I'm big on that. And you've also got to take into account algorithms, for example, in the Google Plus and Facebook. Their algorithm is going to kill you if you don't post regularly. If you don't, they very much they have these algorithms for a reason, to keep you coming back in there and posting. So if you don't do it, then they're going to punish you for that by taking your posts out of the news feeds. So they've got a thing called edge rank. So everybody's got an edge rank. Every profile's got an edge rank. And you've also got edge rank relationships with all your friends, and your page also has edge rank relationship with everybody else on Facebook. So you've got to keep that edge rank up to get seen in the newsfeed. So and part of your edge rank is posting regularly. So that's something Facebook take into account. If after about 30 minutes after you post, your edge rank for that particular post will start dropping. So,
Excellent. Hey, I have a question for both of you. And Gail, I know that you're not a huge Facebook fan, are you, Gail?
No, and what I was going to say is age rank won't matter if they make you pay for everything you post as a business. And now we know why they're really sticky about you're not supposed to promote your business from your personal page. It's because they intend to start charging you for everything you do from your business page.
yeah, you pretty much got to pay unless you're working really hard to keep that edge rank up, and a way of keeping that edge rank up and kind of part of the process is engaging on other people's pages. So if you're not doing that.
Well, but that's been true, but I don't. The rumors I hear are that that's not going to be true. No matter how hard you work, nobody's going to see anything unless you pay, and that is a rumor that has not been announced. Just to be clear.
It's almost got pretty much to that stage anyway.
Hey, Alex. We're talking about Facebook edge rank. So, okay, if I distill down what both of you are saying, Michael and Gail, so you're talking about you can either promote your business or your person, but like Gail, you said you can't promote the business. There we go. Okay, create a new word. The business from your personal. So either you're out there promoting that you like cats, you like dogs, and your favorite cousin just got married, and it's just personal and no business, in which case maybe you don't have to pay for that, or you're doing business and you're paying for it.
Right. Technically, a lot of people aren't aware of that. Technically, on Facebook, you are not supposed to do any kind of business promotion as yourself, only as a business page.
Yeah, it's in the terms of service. You're not
And they can actually delete your account if you break that rule.
Yeah.
Do we know of anyone that's been affected by? I don't have to name names, but do we know of anyone that's been affected by that as far as their personal account?
I don't know anybody personally. So obviously, some of us bloggers share blog posts, and I haven't heard of anybody losing their account. But there are posts online that talk about people losing their account.
Just talking about your business, I don't think they're going to punish you by deleting your account for that. But what they really don't like is businesses like a business name in your account, like or a logo. You're not supposed to have a logo. I've heard of people's accounts being taken down for having a logo or a URL printed in their cover photo on Facebook, for example. That's a no.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Aren't you?
That's against the terms of service of Facebook.
I suspect Facebook. See, Facebook is really big for big brands. Big brands. That's the platform they think that they really want. And if you want to be a blogger that works with big brands, you need to make yourself a very powerful Facebook. But since I don't do big brands and I don't do corporate, it doesn't matter that much to me. The conversion rate for what we do is much better on LinkedIn, and there's more fun places to play like Sue, so I don't really care. If Facebook decides that we have to pay to play, I won't pay. I won't play, and it'll be okay by me.
Well, what do people do? Like Gail, you're the Grow Map icon everywhere. So what do people like yourself do? Do you go find a cartoon on 123RF and put it up there so that you don't get deleted?
I don't know. I had not heard that they have deleted people's accounts because they use their logo. I had not heard that. We know that Facebook, of course, would prefer that you put everything personally identifiable about you in there.
When you pass gas, or when
everything, all the people you know, and everywhere you've ever lived, and everywhere you ever go, that's what they would like you to do in Facebook. But yeah, I could put a cartoon me up there, but LinkedIn wouldn't let me put a cartoon me up there. When LinkedIn didn't want my logo anymore, I switched to the cartoon me, and they deleted that too.
Oh, wow. So you go to the store and you get one of those like photo block things and then scan in the picture. That's probably a copyright violation. Okay.
Like I said, I'm not worried about it because I don't do big brands. If Facebook deletes me, I'll go, more time for everything else.
That's interesting. Okay, so speaking of Facebook and bringing this like back to the idea of like template strategies, process, procedure, I heard, and is it Create Live? I want to give credit where I heard it, but I've got to think of where I heard it. But where you should change your profile pic and your cover like every 2 weeks. Do you guys recommend that as far as a process with Facebook?
Michael, do you want to talk about that?
Change your cover photo every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've seen some brands do that very effectively. They put really cool things on their cover photo and they change them often. Most of my small businesses, I'd be happy if they just have a cover photo.
But
I would never try to get them to change it every 2 weeks.
they probably suggest that because if you're quite popular, that's something that Facebook will put into the news feeds is if you change your cover photo.
Just to get more attention.
Yeah, it's attention grabbing thing.
But you can do that with a quote photo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's good for your brand too. Like if you could say you're a food brand, you could put different kinds of yummy food on there and get the attention of your followers that way. I mean it's just a giant photo. I mean
it's true. Good point. I did that with a health organization where whatever the awareness was for the month, I would create like a little collage image and put that up.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So it could be very useful for interaction if you've got the time and the you know how, go for it. But if you're a really small business, just posting every day is more than most businesses are able to do. They're either going to have to really get a process in place, or they're going to hire someone to do it. If they really want it done, they're going to hire someone to do it.
Sorry. Yep.
Oh no, go ahead, Michael.
There's ways of spending money strategically on Facebook that a lot of people haven't investigated the depth of it properly, I believe, to really truly targeting people, and it's really, really highly effective because, as you know, that it is, whether you like it or not, Facebook is the go-to place for people on the internet where they're spending most of their time hanging out, and especially on mobile as well, which is not even being tracked by Facebook. So that what I'm experimenting with is from today is you can get a code and put it into your website, and then you can boost your Facebook ads just to the people that visit your website. And it's fairly cheap to do this. I don't think there's a lot of point in just sponsoring posts, like people are just clicking the sponsored posts and boosting the post by and blasting it out to the world. You've got to get pretty strategic about this. So this is something that I would put in as a process, at least an experimental process, to try and see how this works for you. So you can you take a code from the Facebook ads and you put that into your website, and that will track all the visitors to your website, and somehow miraculously it finds their Facebook accounts and it will target them, and your post will get only boosted to them. So definitely something worth trying out.
And that you can do that within the Facebook ads. It'll walk you through the steps, so people don't have to go look up a special art. They can just go into Facebook ads, and Facebook ads will walk them through the step by step.
Yeah, Facebook ads are developing every week. Like the ability to do things is extending every week. To target people like really down to the finest point is really quite amazing. You can target, for example, people. You can put in as many pages as you like. So you take, say, your 10 main competitors' pages, and people that say like 3 out of those 10, you can boost your post to only them. Can you believe that?
That might have bad conversion rates, though, because if they're rabid fans of your competitor, they are not very likely to become your customer unless they get mad at your competitor.
Well, it just shows they're interested in that kind of thing. And you can, for example, if you're selling dog food, you can boost your posts to people who are, say, fans of 3 different books about like dog training or something like that. You find three guys that have written popular books about dog training, and people who like all 3 of those pages are pretty likely that they're going to have a dog and they're going to be interested in food for the dog. So if you want to promote food for a dog, you can boost your ads specifically to those people. Whereas I think a lot of people are wasting money just by boosting their ads to their own page likers, for example, and that's very unlikely to get success. Or they're just boosting their posts generally, not even targeting them at all. So if you are going to spend money on Facebook, I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but if you are going to do it, at least spend some time researching best ways and up-to-date ways to do it, because they're changing it every week. It's just so hard to keep up with. Keep on top of it. You've really got to use an expert to help you to.
That's why I say people are going to pay someone to do it. If you're going to spend money on something, if you've got the money to spend at Facebook, you need to find an expert and get them to do it for you.
Yeah,
or you have to really want to spend a lot of time testing. It's like I used to do AdWords. 5.5 years I did nothing but AdWords, and if you weren't an expert, you should not be spending your money there. And I left. I quit doing it because I decided it was too risky for the kind of clients I had. I didn't have the automated tools to shut down the spending, when things weren't going our way. So I suggest you either have to be able to stand the risk or not do it. And that's the same thing with Facebook. If you've got the money to risk, you should use part of that money to make sure you're doing it right.
And find someone who actually has proven results, not just, hey, I'm the expert, but let's see the results.
Yeah, you might look for someone that uses Agorapulse. Agorapulse, as far as I can tell, is the most advanced way to do ads on Facebook.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that for people that haven't heard?
That's pretty much what I can tell you about it. Agorapulse is a fancy way to keep track of where your ad spend is going. It has better analytics in it. It's easier to use than trying to do it manually. There's another one, I think it's called ShortStack, but it's not quite as easy to use. And I really feel like the guy behind Agorapulse, super sharp guy. And so, somebody that's using that particular tool is spending money to use the tool, hopefully has the skills to make sure every penny you spend goes to the right place.
Makes sense. Hey, Michael, are those tools covered in the WebTools Wiki?
Definitely we've got something about Agorapulse. I'm not sure about ShortStack. I imagine so.
Okay. There you go, guys. You need to check out WebTools Wiki.
I'm not sure about that name either, because I just know about Agorapulse. I had someone look at them and they said Agorapulse was easier to use. And that's the key, easier to use and just as powerful. That always wins.
Definitely. Alex, we haven't heard from you. Do you have some input?
I couldn't hear you guys for a long time, and I had to actually log out of Skype, and then suddenly I could see you, I could hear you. Just really strange.
Yeah, sometimes Skype likes to take over those things.
Yeah, I think that they're like enemies or something. I don't know. But no, as far as tools, no, I haven't tried any new ones lately. I've heard of Agorapulse, but I always assumed that it was for big businesses. I don't know.
No, just anyone that wants to advertise on Facebook.
Question, is there an AdWords certification? Is that something else that a person can use?
Sure. Let me tell you all about that. AdWords will certify that they have trained you to spend as much money as possible with AdWords.
That's what the AdWords certification means? You don't spend money on.
AdWords, yes, AdWords certification comes from AdWords, and they will train you to spend lots of money on AdWords. My personal opinion is that you want someone who will spend as little of your money to get the maximum ROI, not as much money as possible. And
so you're saying it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it matters. I don't want See, what I'm saying is they will teach you to spend lots of money. I would teach you to not spend any more money than you have to get the most sales and the most profit. You see the difference?
So you have a more
Yeah,
strategic view, Gail, and you're saying that when Google teaches you, they teach you how to spend.
Yes. In fact, I want to tell you a story, and I'm not going to use her name, but I know a lady that used to be the person that taught the Yahoo seminars. When Yahoo was really big, when Google AdWords first started, Yahoo was just as big. She taught the seminars for Yahoo, and they parted company because she taught people how to get the most value out of the ads, and they didn't want her to do that. They wanted her to teach people to spend money freely. You see, you should want to spend as little as possible to get the results, not as much as they want you to.
You want the largest ROI you can get.
Right, here's an example that will be easy to understand. There used to be something called Exact Match, which Google just did away with, which really makes it impossible now. But Exact Match says, I only want you to show my ads when the thing that someone typed into the search engine is exactly this phrase, and that phrase only and nothing else. That's Exact Match. All right, I always did everything Exact Match because that was safe. I knew my ads weren't being shown, and I'm spending money to show the ad to people that are not interested at all. Okay, Google always recommended everything broad match, so that Google can show that ad as much as possible to everybody that's not interested, and to those that aren't. So you see what I mean?
I love how we give Google tips on how they should run things on a Google platform. But Google, like I always say, we love you.
that's a really eye-opening answer, Gail.
What?
It's a really eye-opening answer that you gave. Because I was going to say that it was a cynical answer, but no, actually it is eye-opening.
I'm older than you. Older and wiser. Some might say.
I'm not even going to comment on that one. So basically, if you're looking for training for AdWords, you want to find someone outside of, which would be true really for any company as far as find someone who's actually tried and true and not necessarily from the vendor company.
Right. Some of the good people got certified too. I never got certified because I said, what do you want? Someone that'll do what Google wants, or do you want somebody that's working for you? And so, you know, and some of the good people did get certified. Being certified means that you know how to use the platform. But being good at it means you know how not to spend money that you shouldn't. That's
so
important. Important on Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, any kind of ads. You have to not spend money that isn't going to pay off.
How do you prove that? Like, what's the social proof? What's the as far as basically any service that you're going to offer on the internet?
Well, the best proof is there are very few people, but they're very picky about who they will take as clients, who only charge a percentage of the profit they can make for you.
Ah, okay.
The typical pay-per-click, they charge by ad spend. And when I used to do it, I did not do that, and I campaigned against it. It does not make sense to pay someone based on them spending more of your money. Right? That's just a bad model. That's a silly thing to do. And that was the business model back when I did AdWords, is that people would get a percentage of your ad spend for managing your ads. That's a terrible model for the person spending the money.
It's great for the person getting the money, but
yeah, so that's a silly thing. So there is one guy that I know of that does AdWords who does it on commission basis basically. If he makes you money, he gets paid, and if he doesn't make you money, it doesn't. You don't have to spend anything. But that is unusual, and he is obviously very good, and he will not advertise just anything. He'll only advertise what he knows he can make money with.
So that one, he's making a commission off the ROI that the client is getting.
I'm going to give you the best advice anyone ever gave you about pay-per-click advertising. Do not advertise inexpensive things. Only advertise something that has at least as much profit in a sale that will pay for 100 clicks.
Yeah. That's the. I actually heard 500, but yeah, that's the.
Well, at least 100. The average conversion rate's 1 to 2% if you're not totally clueless and you're doing things fairly well. 1 to 2%. So you need 100 clicks to make 1 or 2 sales.
It's good for things like new cars and real estate and things like this. It's like,
yeah, but even then, you just have to spend a lot more money. The bigger the item, the more money you have to spend to make 1 sale. The smaller the item, it's like never advertise something that costs $25 that's going to cost you $100 to advertise to make 1 sale. That's ridiculous, right? And so that's the number one thing I saw clients do all the time is they're trying to advertise something that 100, whatever a click costs, you need to pay. You don't need to pay for more than 100 of those. If you don't have that much profit in that item, you shouldn't be advertising it in the first place.
That's what John Rampton was telling me, that like some of the clicks for the insurance, the keyword insurance are like $32 a click.
Right, but they're looking at lifetime value of client. Okay, and so if they land you and they assume you aren't going to change insurance agents, they can make X dollars over X years. And so that's a little bit different, and that's why they spend so much. Same thing with ambulance chasing lawyers, mesothelioma, that cancer condition, the most expensive thing to bid on. $100 a click.
Wow. Wow. So don't click on that unless you really want it because you're costing someone $100.
Right. See, most people don't even know that. They don't know that those clicks that they're clicking on that thing over and over. They don't know they're costing someone money.
Ouch. So these people that see all these, I cannot pronounce that, but the word you just used, they see these commercials and it's like, oh wow, I wonder what that is. I'm going to click on it, and they do it 5 times. They just cost $500 for pure information gathering.
Yes.
They only charge once usually.
Oh really?
They usually track it. If someone does it more than once, they won't.
Theoretically, but if they click like 24 hours apart, it counts them. Like if they went there and they clicked on it 5 days in a row, 24 hours apart, it would charge them the $500.
Yeah, true.
Okay, they either need to get a life or they're out to get the company that's paying for the ad.
That actually is a problem in pay-per-click, yes. There are people whose competitors do that to them.
Wow. Okay, so as we're coming to the close of this, Michael, what would be a suggested action step that you would offer for people coming back to the topic of defining process, strategy for clients?
Well, just make a weekly content calendar for a start. Make your weekly content calendar and fill it in. Just use an Excel spreadsheet, or there's lots of templates out there that you can find, and make your content calendar and and if you can, schedule those posts at the start of the week. Some places don't allow you to schedule, but if you can, schedule them and set aside your half an hour or an hour and get all your posts out, the content that you've definitely, just to keep up some kind of presence on all your main places for the week, and obviously try and do some more in the as well, but at least have some base that you're coming from for your content marketing strategy, and it's actually a much better way. It doesn't become haphazard and everything when you actually sit down and plan it and think about what you're actually going to put out. It's a valuable process rather than just going in and posting occasionally, because you end up putting out all kinds of different messages to people about what your brand is about. So if you actually sit down and plan it out for the week, it's just
Excellent, excellent. And by the way, for those people that have WordPress, Editorial Calendar, I think is what the plugin is called. It's free. If you want to start with that, add it to your WordPress. You can start scheduling your posts there as far as your blog posts. So that's helpful. And Post Planner, it's paid, but that's another great tool if you have more money than you have time and you want to do Facebook posts and you've got a lot of pages. Like I think 10 pages is $20 or $30 a month. But again, if you have more money than you have time, Post Planner is something to check out. Gail, your action step suggestion.
I would say check out Mav Social. And they're not a client, and I'm just looking at it, but I like it because you can do exactly what Michael just said to do. You can lay out your calendar and what posts you want and schedule them all. Think of it as Hootsuite meets images. So you host images and videos in it. You upload your images, and then you can make like a master post, and then you click on the F tab for Facebook, and you can tweak it for Facebook, and then you click on the T, and you tweak it for Twitter, and you click on the Tumblr, and you tweak it for Tumblr, and one. It doesn't do Pinterest yet, unfortunately, but you put your images in there, you schedule all your tweets out there, and then it measures everything. It gives you analytics.
Excellent. Thank you.
And they just made a deal with one of the royalty-free image companies that you can use all their images and include it in the price of the tool. And it's not real expensive, and I'm trying to remember how much it is. I don't remember, but we definitely should have Chris, who joined us on our Twitter chat today.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
To a Twitter hangout and a chat and hangout, and explain it to us and show it to us. Because
and maybe, I'm sorry, I was going to say he needs to be on WebTools TV too.
Yeah, well, definitely. I definitely, when I get a little bit better at it, I'm going to do a video and put it on WebTools Wiki. I definitely feel like it is like the next step. Think of Hootsuite, but easy to use.
Excellent.
Right?
Thank you, Gail.
And image center. I just feel like it'll actually be the tool we'll actually use.
Here's a calendar for everybody if they want. It's a template calendar. I'll tweet it out as well.
Excellent. Thank you. And Alex, what's your action step suggestion?
I would say Trello for someone who's new, because it's just so easy, and if you use the Android app, it's really easy. You could just drag with your finger, and everything's touch.
I started to laugh because of inside joke, but I'll spare everyone how to make Trello more complicated than any other tool out there. No, it's an easy app. It's great.
Mm-hmm. And if you're advanced, if you can find 4 other people in your niche, you can do a 5-blogger collaboration. But that's a little bit, down the road. It's not really. I don't think it's really good for someone who's new.
There we go. That one we need to give Gail credit for that one. The blogger collaboration. Yes.
Right. I guess we should tweet that link out. I'll find the link and tweet it to the Twitter chat.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for joining us. Oh,
Michael,
go ahead.
thanks for tweeting out my my article on Deborah's Twitter chat.
Well, good.
Yes.
So I just got one more thing to say about a process and something to do. Is that a lot of people go inactive and a lot of accounts go inactive, and you've constantly got to be following people to keep your own account active and to keep on making sure that you've got active people to communicate with. So you've got to have some kind of a following strategy every day on all your accounts that you're at least doing a little bit of following. I'd leave you with.
That's a good one. That's excellent. Thank you all. Some great tips there. Anyone that missed it, go hit the replay and watch this, and be sure to take notes because there's some great content in this video. Otherwise, we will see you next week, same time, an hour earlier than this time next week. Thanks for joining Social Cafe, and we'll see you. Oh, wait. Join us tomorrow night. Is this Tuesday? Tomorrow night here in America at, is it 5 p.m. Pacific time? I'm supposed to know this stuff, Michael. on WebTools TV. Look up WebTools.
4 p.m. Pacific. 7
4
p.m.
There we go.
No, 10 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Pacific.
There we go. Otherwise, search on the internet and you will find it. WebTools Wiki and WebTools TV.
7 p.m. Pacific.
Thanks, Michael.
Five essential social media tools for 2015.
There we go. See, he's doing my job for me. Thank you. All right. We'll see you then.